Now, I'm here to talk about the very difficult or the very challenging topic of race. Affirmative action sometimes involves both race and gender, but I'm going to focus my remarks on the debate surrounding race, partly for a reason stated some years ago by, of all people, Gerald Ford. He said there will never be a war between the sexes because there has simply been too much fraternizing with the enemy. Gender is a serious issue, but it doesn't, it seems to me, have the same prospects for social balkanization or social division as does race. Now, we are at a critical turning point in the affirmative action debate. We see that in California, at the University of California at Berkeley, at the University of Texas Law School. We are seeing that the imposition of colorblind laws, of laws requiring a colorblind admissions policy, are leading to a quite dramatic decline in the number of black and Hispanic students. And many of the defenders of affirmative action, in a sense having run out of other arguments, are now saying, look at this result, look at the diminution of the percentage of blacks and Hispanics at Berkeley. Are you willing to live with these outcomes? And what I want to do today in my opening statement is make the case for why we should answer to that question a reluctant yes. The debate surrounding affirmative action hinges crucially on what affirmative action is and how it works or doesn't work. Recently at the University of California at Berkeley, I approached the director of admissions and posed to him this question. I said, imagine the case of a student applying to this fine university who has a grade average in high school of B+ to A- and an SAT score of about 1,200 out of 1,600. In other words, a good student. And I said, if this student happens to be, let us say, Hispanic, what is the probability that he or she would be admitted to Berkeley? And he replied, the probability would be 100%. Student would be guaranteed admission. And I said, fine. Now imagine the case of a student who has the same grades, the same test scores, and the same extracurricular talent. But like me, the student is of Asian descent. What would be the odds that this same student would be offered admission to Berkeley? And he said the chance of that would be approximately 5%. In other words, what Berkeley has been doing, and many universities, including Brown, is practicing aggressive forms of racial preference in its admissions policy. Now, if you were to approach the admissions director at Brown and ask him, why are you doing this? Why do you have preferential policies that judge people not on the content of their character, not on their academic preparation, but primarily or decisively on their race? He would probably reply, or she would probably reply, that's because America has a long history of discrimination, a history that continues to this very day, and a history that, I will admit, is undeniable. And affirmative action is necessary at Brown to fight discrimination. And then you may ask the following question. If that is true, if students applying to Brown are facing discrimination, where is that discrimination? Are there racists in the admissions office at Brown who are trying to keep Hispanics and blacks out? Are you, sir, you can ask the admissions director, a racist yourself? Are you the problem?